Our AI fits very well in the capitalism. I'm not entering the politics. I'm just telling that the capitalism needs AI, and AI fit very good in the capitalism. I think the digitalization and with AI have this important role to create a kind of cybernetic system, a large cybernetic system to communicate and control society. Of course, the word control is very dangerous, but I'm using control here in the sense of the machines. What Wiener proposed there in the cybernetic book, that a society well informed with feedbacks to control our decisions. So that's what I see about digitalization and AI.
I think
We can think as well. Yeah, sorry.
I
Yeah,
think it's actually more about influencing, supporting decisions than controlling. As you said, control is a very strong term,
yeah,
and there are definitely cultures that are very much against any controlling function, even of current government, even of restraint, as it was during COVID, for instance. So I see the machine being an influencer, a decision making, but as you said, the human decision making. It's imperfect, uh, sometimes irrational, sometimes rational, sometimes sort of a mix of the both, like as Kahneman explained on the Nobel Prize laureates. So if you look at the AI, really, uh, it can be used in organizations to support sustainability because it's part of the decision process. But should be AI, more biased towards sustainability? We know also how to apply biases to AI. So AI, one of the complaints, if you want, against AI is the AI is biased, but actually the database is biased. It's the humans bias that is reflected by the AI. But moving forward, the AI can select to give advice which is more sustainable, as you mentioned, actually, with the virtuous cycles. So, how do you see the progress of AI in the direction to be a co-pilot, if you want, for decision making on sustainability to be together?
wonderful. I think I will describe here four challenges for AI in corporations. The first one, I think it's more uh, it's more, I would say, um, clear. It's how to apply AI for pollution prevention, how to reduce pollution, to minimize waste, and improve energy efficiency and something like. So, like applying AI in grid power, in planning the energy system of a corporation, whatever. So, in this sense, I think AI is coming like a microscope. Before the microscope was very difficult to understand lots of technologies that were developed because of the microscope to improve our immune system, health system, whatever. I think AI will be like that. in the sense that AI is able to even design new proteins that we have computational limitations with humans. And the big data available by the internet, we can process that really. So then basically with the filter, with the support decision, with the augmentation by AI, I think we can achieve new technologies as well. The other part of AI challenges is how to address new technologies that we don't have today, from proteins to new vaccines and medicine solutions for cancer and so on. So improving the international health system and so on. Another point of concern for AI is how to manage stakeholders, how to understand the life cycle of a product better, and how to capture the voices of stakeholders. Do you think that AI will improve our ability to listen, to hear indigenous communities, NGOs, and many other stakeholders that before ESG were not around a corporation? So I think that's a big challenge. Another one big challenge is how companies can impact social aspects of poverty, yeah, at the base of the pyramid. How AI can, for example, create buying power. Most of the poverty exists because those people, they don't have access to credit, or they are outside of the supply chain network of a company. So how can AI support decisions in companies, or how can AI in digitalization include the poor in the value chain of society of today? Another aspect is how AI can shape aspirations. People have aspiration to consume, but this aspiration cannot be like business as usual and the orthodox economy. Aspiration must be shaped towards a sustainable, valuable consumption and production. How can we include the poor in a sustainable way in the world? And maybe including the poor in a sustainable way, we can also shape the next level of the other strata, economic strata in the world. And how AI can help to design products and solutions for the poor that have limitations of credit. And many poor people, they are very isolated in rural farms and slums. So how AI can improve this access to these people and include them in society and bring
I
the
can
solution for them? So
I can
sorry.
see how you map AI on the SDGs actually, and uh, going on the direction of either the SDG 1 or 10, depending on the location or the economics of the country, the population in the country. So you bringing the AI actually at the forefront, if I understand correctly, again, on the forefront of the paradox and the virtuous cycles that you propose in your paper for the SDGs.
So
So,
yeah, it's a question, yeah?
so yeah, no, it was an observation more than a
Sorry.
question.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Uh, I because the virtuous cycle makes sense when you think systemically. If you think about the Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 as a system of interactions, they are interdependent. So to realize this virtual cycle, we need to move all of these sustainable development goals. And we know that we have this paradox between some goals, they are conflicting. So we have to
Mhm.
address these tensions. So the virtuous cycle will happen as in as much as we address all of them. And and um, the grand challenge for artificial intelligence is to play this role about addressing, for example, Sustainable Development Goal 1 and 10 in the South and North, and bringing more solutions for the climate actions, uh, not only using machine learning or neural networks to predict the next step of climate change, but to feedback society and to improve our actions for reducing climate impact, and also to take care about the sustainable consumption and production, which is something very much uh, regard about what companies can do, what corporations, small and medium enterprise, what we can do about improving consumption and production in this world. Um, there are some perspectives that talk about weak sustainability or poor sustainability, and a rich or strong sustainability. But we know this paradox as well is very difficult. In the weak and poor sustainability, we can say that this model is still going on today. It's based on business as usual, or just attending some class of shareholders. Um, and it's based on the growing of population to stimulate more consumption and production, even using circular economy. But when you go to the strong sustainability, we leave the human being as the center of the universe, and we move to a view of ecocentrism, with nature being the center of the planet, with human playing an important role in that, and including artificial intelligence. But in this extreme, it's very difficult because it would need degrowth, would need to think about population growth and so on. So I think artificial intelligence will play an important role in the poor sustainability, because this is the dominant system we live on. We cannot escape that very easy. But I think with time, with the scarcity of resource, with the resource becoming more and more scarce, I think people will feel the need of transition, and in other aspects of cutting subsidies of some things that we should avoid, like oil and gas. And so I think artificial intelligence is a technology, is power. In my PhD thesis on cognitive machines in organizations, I talked about three theories: technology, systems theory, to understand the connection of technology with management and organization research. So in these studies, I understood technology as a power. And my achievements there is not something that I support, but it's something that I try to explain based on a systems theory perspective. And I think AI is power. AI fits very well in the capitalism. I'm not entering the politics. I'm just telling that the capitalism needs AI, and AI fit very good in the capitalism. So we'll still be in the weak, poor sustainability with the alleviation, with a reduction of tension empowered by decision support systems of AI, which in my view will be very autonomous and very different of the past decision support systems. Um, I also, in my PhD thesis, I proposed the design of a digital enterprise uh, controlled by AI and augmented with humans and AI cooperating in the digital enterprise. So in my view at that time, which is still now what I propose, is that the nature of organizations is based on the nature of humans. Companies, they have goals, and goals, they are uh, very much linked to the human nature. So the nature of companies will not change so easily, but the technology which give power to this nature, to these goals, is changing every time, especially now with the artificial intelligence. The social structure of companies based on norms will not change very much. Even if we study ethical AI, we need that norms. To have norms are very good for stakeholders, because we need to preview and control how a company will function and produce and create value. And the social norms may be changed because humans and machines interact very different from humans and humans. Uh, but um, in the environment that the corporation, that the companies interact with, uh, will change in the sense that resource can be more fastly consumed than before. It's like the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century. The steam engine replaced many people there in the mining companies in UK. AI is not about if it's replacing workers or not, but AI and will AI will improve the productivity of companies. And to be more productive, even you have a digital world, you need resource. So I think we're still pressing the accelerator of the poor sustainability, the weak sustainability. And I think you had the interview with Stuart Hart. He explained it very well, some of these concerns. That is uh, just a small picture of my view. I would have lots of to talk about that, but for a
Thank
next
you.
interview on AI and something like that.
Yes, we need a next interview on AI. The last part, it's very interesting what you shared, Professor Farley, about the capitalism and the AI performance, how it fits the system very well. And that's very interesting to me, to us. As the closing question for today's talk, what's your recommendation, piece of advice for students and young professionals who are looking to build a career around sustainability and digital transformation?
Well, thank you, Isabella, for your question. Um, I think to go deeper in broadly and in sustainability, we need to search new foundations in multidisciplinary fields. Uh, Personally, I like very much systems theory, because we can go outside of the box. If you get the best journals of today on sustainability and business, business strategy and environment and so on, most of those publications, they are very much talking about the same, and they don't talk to each other sometimes, but they are insisting in this poor sustainability. I think systems theory or the approach of the Nobel Prize in economics. I like the Nobel Prize because they share simple ideas that most people can understand and apply that. This is why they are the genius of Lawrence Nobel Prize. And so I would say that see now, for example, many researchers in sustainability are now talking about the importance of regenerative strategies, that the classical sustainability is something not enough to understand the importance of the sustainable development, that we need to move to regenerative strategies. But what are regenerative strategies? It's just some ideas that come from systems theory from the 50s, the 70s of last century. So I think what I would say for the students of sustainability, first, this is the present and the future. We cannot live without that. Students taking sustainability serious will provide a wonderful impact for the next generation. Then that's a field very important. And try to bring inspirations, maybe from biology, science, systems theory. Try to see something different to open more this box of ESG, this important strategies, but which are very reductionist. Regarding artificial intelligence, I also believe, and when I did my master in the 90s and my PhD at the beginning of this century, so 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I started my PhD and finished. For me, I knew that technology would change the world because, as I told, it fits very well in the classroom. My students love that. They are plugged all the time with the cell phones and doing something in ChatGPT and so on. If it's good or not is another sociological discussion. But I think to study artificial intelligence, it's important to go at the beginnings. What those guys were thinking at the beginnings, what Alan Turing and especially Herbert Simon was thinking when he wrote administrative behavior in 47 last century. What James March and Herbert Simon was thinking when they wrote organizations, boundary rationality in the 50s last century. So I think going to this route is very important. Then understand why neural network was being developed from the 50s, 70s, 60s, 70s up to now, and how expert systems emerged, how natural language, why natural language is so important. So going to the beginning of the artificial intelligence ideas, even during the winter time in the 80s, where fuzzy logic was booming in Japan, in many applications in the world, I think understanding this history, it's very important to understand why we are here and where we must go. So I think in between sustainability and artificial intelligence, I would say that systems theory and cybernetics, they are publications, they are concepts that make it easier to see outside of the box. But what I have to say for students in this field is the present and the future is about sustainability and intelligent machines. And sometimes they will be in conflict. But this is for your thesis, for your books.
Thank you. Amazing. What a wonderful ending. Thank you so much again for all the sharings, and we look forward to have you back sometime soon. Thanks to our audience as well for tuning in. Make sure you're joining us every week for a new episode of AKFI's Actionable ESG Talk Series. You can gain new perspective on how to mitigate risk and create value by integrating ESG and digital transformation. Until next week, goodbye for now. Bye, Farley. Bye, Manuel.
Bye,
Ciao, ciao.
Isabella.
Thank
Bye,
you very
Farley.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Obrigado. Bye bye.